Today we're going to have a look at Asteya, which is the third of the Yamas. And Asteya translates roughly into English as non-stealing. And there's lots of ways of interpreting it. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a reminder that we already have everything that we need. So, you know, although there's lots of things that we want, you know, we've got shelter, we've got food, most of us have, you know, got loving families and things around us. So, you know, there's nothing that we actually need in terms of our survival that we don't have. Yet there's still a real tendency, just in human nature, to kind of want more and more and to kind of grasp onto things. And so it's that kind of reminder that you know, we don't need to take any more than what we've already got a lot of the time. But the way we're kind of going to focus this class today is in another way of looking at Asteya, which is about living in the present moment. It's about not stealing time from yourself, in the sense of, if you know you're living in your head and you're off somewhere in the past or you're off somewhere in the future, then you're not allowing yourself to have the full pleasure of the absolute present, of the kind of right here, right now. I mean, we've all done it when you sort of, you know, you sit in the garden and you're lost in your own thoughts, and then all of a sudden you notice, you know, how beautiful it is to hear the birds sing, or, you know, how beautiful the flowers are and things like that. And that's kind of, you know, that brings you back into the here and the, you know, the absolute now, the present. And so we're going to have a look at Asteya from that perspective in today's class, with the idea being that when you practice yoga, and certainly the meditative aspects of yoga, then it's a really good training ground to help us to be aware, much more aware of our thoughts and our emotions, and also the sensations that are happening in your body. And again, it's something that, you know, in daily life, we often don't pay attention to. You know, we're so busy running from one thing to another that you're often not really paying attention to, you know, how do I feel? What's actually going on for me emotionally? Or how really is my body in this situation? You know, when you've been sat at your desk all day and you suddenly notice that you've got backache, well, you know, that's probably a kind of cumulative effect of been having hunched over for a number of hours and not being in that moment where you're kind of really noticing everything that's going on. So what we're going to do today really is we're going to do a little bit of stuff to try and bring us into the present moment. And then some of the practices that we're going to do today are going to be quite repetitive, with the idea behind that being that the first couple of times you do it, you kind of need to pay attention to the instruction and what's going on. But once you've done it a few times, then the instruction in theory becomes much less important, and you can really focus on being in the now. So what's happening with your body? What's happening with your mind? What sensations are you feeling? How you know, is it bringing anything up for you emotionally? Are your thoughts racing off in a different direction, or are you really focused on, you know, the now of what's going on? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with some seated ujjayi. You are all muted at the moment. Can you just give me a thumbs down if you've never done ujjayi breath before? That's exactly what I thought. Cool. So I don't need to go into too much detail in terms of explanation. So starting seated, nice straight spine, however's comfortable for you. If cross-legged is comfortable for you, that's fine. If legs out in front is more comfortable, if you've got a bolster and you want to sit over your bolster, that's also fine. Whatever feels right. Trying to keep your spine nice and straight, shoulder blades down your back. Very, very slight tuck with your chin, lifting up through the crown of your head. And it can be useful to turn your hands over so your palms are facing upwards. And if you start to bring your hands closer in towards your body, then that naturally sends your shoulder blades down your back slightly. Palms open is also a gesture of receiving. So either closing your eyes or taking a nice relaxed downward gaze. And starting off just with an attention on your natural breath. So no ujjayi at the moment, no technique at the moment, just noticing your natural breath. And starting to arrive in the present moment. So trying to close a door in your mind on everything that's external to what's going on in here. So trying to let go of all of the thoughts of today, everything that's happened this week, anything that your mind might want to focus on that's coming up in the future. Just imagine that a door closes in your mind on all of those things. And all that exists for now is the inhale and the exhale. And then start to bring in a gentle ujjayi breath. So it's that very slight contraction in the back of the throat. Breath that sounds like the waves of the ocean. Or imagining that you're breathing in and out through a straw at the base of your throat. It's also known as the sighing breath because it sounds a little bit like you're sighing. Just allow a nice gentle ujjayi to start to arise. And try and anchor your mind on that breath. And as you try and anchor your mind on your breath, just become aware of any thoughts that start to creep in. Become aware each time your mind wanders. And bring it back to your breath, bringing it back to now. Notice any sensations in your body. Notice anything that's arising physically. You don't necessarily need to label them. You don't need to follow them. Just notice that they're there. Notice how your body is in this present moment. And then notice your emotions. So notice how you might be feeling in this present moment. Again, you don't need to be attached. You don't need to follow any stories. Just notice. Notice how you're feeling right now. And now start to bring your attention back into your body. So you're coming back into the room. Try and keep a gentle ujjayi breath flowing. So if you can keep that throughout, it's kind of your connection to the present moment. Nice and gentle. But when you feel ready, you can flicker your eyes open. And you can start to make any kind of gentle movements that you feel that you want to make initially. Just a little bit of movement in your own time. Just paying attention to what your body feels like it wants. And then bring legs out in front of you. And we'll start with some ankle rotations. You can't see my feet. I think I've moved my setup very slightly. And then the other way. I was teaching last night and I realised that nobody could see my feet. Not that they're particularly worth seeing, of course. And then bring the feet back to neutral. Bring your hand under one leg. Bend and straighten the leg a few times. And then rotate the lower leg. And the other way. And bring the leg out in front and rotate gently from the hip. And the other way. And pop the leg back down, swap sides, hand comes under the leg and bend and straighten a few times. And then rotate the lower leg. And the other way. Bring the leg out in front and rotate from the hip. And the other way. And relax. Bring the hands out in front, rotate the wrists. And the other way. And then bring hands to shoulders and take the elbows around in a nice big circle. And the other way. And relax. Bring chin to chest. And then take the head around in a circle. As always, be careful not to drop your head back. Keep your neck nice and long. We'll take half moon shapes if that feels more appropriate. And the next time you bring your chin to the center at the bottom, taking your head in the other direction. And then the next time you bring your chin to the center at the bottom, bringing your head back up through the midline. Coming to cross-legged. You can do this with legs out in front as well if you would prefer not to be in cross-legged. Inhale, both hands come up overhead. Exhale, twist towards the right hand side. Left hand comes to the right thigh, looking over the right shoulder. Nice and long through the sides of the body, lifting through the crown of your head. Mula bandha engaged, so those deep abdominal muscles, pull them in and lift them up. And then inhale, bring both hands up overhead as you twist back to center. And exhale, take it the other way. So hands come to your leg, looking over your shoulder. Again, nice and long through the sides of your body. Shoulder blades down your back, lifting through the crown of your head, engaging through bandhas. And then inhale, hands come up overhead as you twist back to center. Exhale, bring your hands to the earth and walk them forwards to come to a forward fold. And then providing it feels okay for your ankles, rolling over your ankles to find your way to all fours. Placing your hands below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. And then drop the belly and inhale as you look up. And arch the back and look down as you exhale. So cat stretches in your own time. Work in time with your breath. And then coming to a neutral to a flat back. And sit back down onto your knees. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer hands over your heart space. You're going to inhale, come up to a high kneel. Exhale, bring your left leg out in front. Inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, big wide stretch, hands down the back. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, big wide stretch, hands down the back. Last time, inhale up the front. Exhale, wide stretch down the back. Hands come back to your heart space. Reach hands out in front. And then as you inhale, open towards the left hand side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Hands come back to your heart space. And then lift hands up overhead. On an exhale, dropping the left hand down to the side, right hand comes overhead to come to a side stretch. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, bring both hands down on the inside of your front foot. And take some rotations with your hips. And the other way. And then take your left foot so it comes out to the side. Take your right hand so it comes to the other side. And then your left hand comes up and overhead. So you're in a variation of half moon pose. So I would have thought most of you will stay here. If you want to really challenge yourself, you can lift the bottom leg and come to side plank. But that's definitely not for everyone. Side plank's quite a strong pose. If you're in side plank, you want to keep lifting your hips towards the sky. Keep pushing the floor with your right hand. Leg comes back to the earth, back to your half moon if you're in side plank. And then wherever you are, coming back to all fours. And sitting back onto your knees. Hands back to prayer at your heart center. Inhale, come up to a high kneel. Exhale, right leg comes out in front. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down the back. Again, inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, hands down the back. Inhale up the front. Exhale down the back. Hands back to prayer. Reaching both hands out in front. Inhaling, open to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale to center. Inhale right. Exhale center. Inhale left. Exhale center. Hands come back to your heart space. Both hands up overhead. Exhale, take your right hand down to the side, left hand overhead. So you're reaching down to the floor with your right fingertips. Nice side stretch. You're really opening the left side of your body. And then inhale, both hands come up overhead. Exhale, pop both hands down on the inside of your front foot. And take some rotations with your hips. And the other way. And then you're bringing your right foot out to the side. Your left hand to the other side. Reaching the right hand up and over your ear for your half moon variation. And then if you want to go for the side plank, lifting the other foot up to come to your side plank. Keep pushing into the floor with the bottom hand. Reach away with your fingertips. Nice, steady Ujjayi breath. And then if you're in side plank, bringing your knee back to the earth. And then everybody coming back to all fours. From all fours, this time we're going to tuck the toes underneath, pushing into the hands, pushing into the feet, lift tailbone, downward dog. Walking the dog, so you're pushing your heels one away, one at a time, just stretching out the backs of your legs and your hamstrings. And then walk or jump if you want to, feet towards your hands. Bend knees as much as you need to come to a forward fold. And inhaling, wide stretch, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come back to your sides. Okay, we're going to take a few sun salutations. So actually most of you are Ashtangis, so most of you will be super familiar with this. So it'll be really easy for you to not worry too much about what you're doing and just focus on the present moment, because we're going to take 3 rounds of sun salute A and then 2 rounds of sun salute B, with the idea being that just try and really focus in on now. So hands down by your sides, shoulder blades down your back, lifting up through the crown of your head. Inhale, wide stretch, reach up. Exhale, wide stretch, chest leads as you fold forwards. Take a tiny bend at least with your knees. Inhale, chest lifts, come to a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on the earth, step back to plank. Drop your knees if you need to, keep your elbows in close, lower all the way down. Inhale, come to cobra. And exhale, come back to downward dog. So take a few breaths here in downward dog. Adjust your stance if you need to. Heels push down, shoulder blades down your back. Nice focused Ujjayi breath. On an inhale, step or jump if you want to tabletop. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhaling, wide stretch, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to your sides. And again, inhaling, wide stretch, reach up. Exhale, wide stretch, chest leads, tiny bend with the knees, fold forwards. Inhale for tabletop. Exhale, plant your hands on the earth, step or jump back to plank. Drop knees if you want to, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. So a few breaths in downward dog, adjusting your stance. Shoulder blades down your back, fingers spread. Hands, arms, hands, get my words out in a minute. Hands shoulder width apart. Inhaling, step or jump to tabletop. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, wide stretch, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Okay, one more of these. Really focus in on what your mind is doing as you move through this. So notice if your mind starts to wander, starts to do other things. Inhaling, wide stretch, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards, chest leads. Inhaling for tabletop. Exhale, plant your hands on the earth, step or jump if you want to, back to plank. Drop knees if you want to, elbows staying close, lower all the way to the earth. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. Nice steady Ujjayi breath in downward dog. On an inhale, step or jump to tabletop. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhaling, wide stretch, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Lovely. Okay. We're going to take one round of sun salute B. So again, most of you being Ashtangis, you know where we're going. So knees bend, Inhale, wide stretch, reach up to come to Utkatasana. Exhale, wide stretch, chest leads as you fold forwards, keeping a tiny bend in your knees. Inhale for tabletop. Exhale, plant your hands on the earth, step or jump back to plank. Drop knees if you want to, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale for downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, drop your left heel to the earth. Wide stretch, come all the way up to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands come down either side of your front foot. Step back to plank, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, drop your right heel to the earth, wide stretch, come all the way up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, hands come down either side of your front foot, step back to plank, lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. Taking a few breaths this time in downward dog. Relaxing head and neck, shoulder blades down your back. On an inhale, step or jump to tabletop. Exhale, folding forwards. Knees bent. Inhaling, wide stretch, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Okay. So we're going to move through the dancing warrior sequence now. Now, I think I've done this with all of you before. You just might not know that that's what it was called when we've done it. So we're going to go through it probably 4 times. The first 2 times we're going to take it nice and slowly. And then the second 2 times we're going to move 1 movement, 1 breath, so it'll be much, much quicker. So we'll take a vinyasa first to get there. So inhaling, wide stretch, reach up. Exhale, wide stretch, chest leads, folding forwards. Inhale for tabletop. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. And then inhale, raise your right leg up behind. Exhale, step your foot all the way forwards, drop your left heel. And inhale, I've lost which breath I'm on, sorry. Come all the way up to Virabhadrasana 1. Taking a few breaths here, this time in Virabhadrasana 1. So keep a nice big bend in the front knee. Make sure knee doesn't drop inwards. Shoulder blades stay down your back. Nice and long through the sides of your body. And then exhale, bring the hands to horizontal, swivel the back hip open to come to warrior 2. Keep shoulder blades down, looking down along the length of the right arm. Exhale, drop your left hand down, lift your right arm up to come to peaceful warrior. So you're looking along the length of the right arm, really opening the front of your body. Again, make sure knee doesn't start to drop inwards. And then exhale, bring your right hand, arm either to rest on your thigh, or the hand can come down on the inside of the front foot for Parsvakonasana. Reaching away with the fingertips of your left hand. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. And then exhale, bring your hands down either side of your front foot. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to the earth. Tuck tailbone, inhale for cobra. And exhale for downward dog. So this time we're going to inhale, lift your left leg up behind. And exhale, sweep the foot all the way through, drop the right heel. Inhale, wide stretch, come up to Virabhadrasana Warrior One. So take care that knee doesn't drop inwards. Really set yourself up, lengthening the sides of your body, lifting your chest, shoulder blades down your back. And then exhale, open the arms, swivel the back hip to come to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Keep shoulder blades down. Take care knee doesn't start to drop inwards. Looking along the length of the front arm. Inhale, drop the right hand back, lift the left arm up to come to reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, bringing the arm forward, either resting forearm on the thigh or hand comes down to the earth. Reaching away with the right fingertips. Inhale, come back up to Warrior Two. And then exhale, hands come down either side of the front foot. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to the earth. Tuck tailbone, inhale to cobra. Exhale to downward dog. Okay, second time through. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, sweep the foot forward, drop the left heel. Inhale, come up to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, drop your left hand, lift your right for peaceful warrior. Exhale, drop your right arm either to your thigh or hand to the earth for Parsvakonasana. Inhale to Warrior Two. Exhale, hands down either side of your front foot. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down. Tuck tailbone, inhale, cobra. And exhale to downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind. Exhale, sweep the foot all the way through. Drop the back heel and inhale, come up to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, drop the right arm, lift the left, peaceful warrior. Exhale, bring the left hand either to the rest on the thigh, left arm on the thigh, or hand to the earth. Parsvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands down either side of the front foot, step back to plank, lower all the way down. Tuck tailbone, inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, last time through on each leg, one movement, one breath. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind. Exhale, step the foot forwards, drop the left heel. Inhale for Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale for Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hand down, step back to plank, lower all the way to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up behind. Exhale, step the foot all the way through, drop the right heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands down either side of the front foot, step back to plank, lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. And then from your downward dog, on an inhale, step or jump through if you're familiar. Otherwise, drop your knees to the earth. Sit your buttocks back on your heels. And have a well hard-earned rest. That seemed like such a good idea when I was planning it earlier. Okay, come and lay flat down on your back. So you've got your left leg out straight in front of you. You've got your right leg bent, and you've got your arms out as close to a T shape as you can get them, given the space that you've got. And then pop your right toes underneath the back of your left knee. And then bring your right knee over to the earth or towards the earth on the left-hand side. It's unlikely it will actually reach the earth. Try and keep your shoulder blades on the mat if you can. So you've got a twist in the lower half of your body. And then if you want to, you can turn your head to face in the opposite direction. Bring your head back to center. And then on an inhale, bring yourself all the way back to center. And swap sides. So you're bending your left knee, bringing your right leg out straight in front of you. Left toes come underneath your right knee. And then bringing your left knee over towards the earth. And again, you can turn your head to face in the opposite direction if you want to. Bring your head back to center and bring your body back to center. Bring both feet now so they're flat down on the floor, up close to your buttocks. Bring your hands to rest on your lower belly. And you're going to inhale, open your knees as you lift your hands up overhead. And then exhale, bring the knees back together as you bring your hands back down to your belly. And then keep this movement going with your breath. So you're inhaling up and open, and exhaling, hands come down as knees close. So really slowing it down. Trying to really come back to your breath, trying to really come back into your body, into the moment. What sensations do you feel? What emotions might you feel? What's happening right now? And then choose one of these movements, either the open movement or the closed movement, and allow yourself to rest there for a few breaths. And just having a gentle inquiry into your body and into your mind. At the same time, a focus on the gentle rhythmic breath. If you've chosen the open movement, then on an inhale, bringing everything back to center. And then bring your knees into your belly for a lovely knee hug. And then set yourself up for Shavasana. So if you need any pillows or blankets or anything, socks, hoodies, jumpers, dogs, then grab them all now. And then settle down. So you can let go of your focus on the breath. You can definitely let go of your ujjayi breath now. Just let your breath come and go. Take a scan of your body. So start with the crown of your head and scan all the way down to the tip of your toes, just taking in every body part, allowing any tension to release. Just allowing yourself to release completely into the earth. There's no need to hold on. The earth can completely support you. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. And drop your head gently from one side to the other. And then find your way to one side to come to the recovery position. And very gently find your way up to a comfortable seat. Bringing hands up overhead in the prana mudra. Bringing hands together overhead to the crown of your head, to your third eye for wisdom and clarity of thought, to your lips and then your throat for peace and love in all that we say, and to your heart space to love unconditionally. So thank you all for sharing this evening's practice. Namaste.